Alright, late start today, 9:30. The most amazing stay at YHA Hawes. I cannot recommend that place enough. The guy that runs it is just lovely, super friendly, just genuinely interested in you and what you're up to. I've got my name put up on the honours board of Pennine Way walkers for this year. I had a lovely cooked breakfast this morning, so filling that I actually haven't bothered bringing any lunch. I'm just going to power through with a couple of snack bars until I get to the Tan Hill Inn, which is my destination for today, unless it goes really badly, in which case I'll stop early at Keld. But intending to get to the Tan Hill Inn probably around 7 o'clock tonight, maybe 8 o'clock. Depending on how things go. And the river is so high. I mean, that is close to flooding, which is just to be expected after the weather we've had the last 2 days. But yeah, so we're behind the Green Dragon now, coming up to Hadrian Force in the grounds of a Victorian pleasure garden, as described by the information leaflet. So this was all privately owned, and the waterfall was a private attraction for Lord Warncliffe, I think it says he was called. There's a bandstand and a small tea rooms where his guests would be entertained. So 200 years ago, to get to Hadrian Force you had to be one of the nobility. It was not for the likes of you and I. And today it's still privately owned, and you have to pay £4 to get in. But I'm not sure if I'm going to come here again, so I'm taking the opportunity now to have a look at the largest single drop waterfall in England. The guidebook says the trip to Hadrian Force only delays the inevitable. Well, it does delay the inevitable climb up Great Shannon. It delays it in a fabulous way. It was a good 2-hour climb from Hadrian, and I'm now very much enjoying my treat, my flapjack, bought from the Hadrian Visitor Centre. Coming into 2:15. I'm hoping that the Kearton tea rooms are open. Let's see. Great Shannon fell in the distance there. The Kearton Country House Hotel. Very nice coffee and chips. Looked like a really nice bar as well. Now, a probably not quite so quick hop across round to Keld. So the first part of the day is the track across Sligo Moor, which is the wettest part of the Pennine Way after 2 very wet days. It is helpfully marked by white tipped posts, so you can see the route ahead that you're taking. There is an option to miss the moor, miss the wettest bit, but to be honest, after the last couple of days when I've been wading through water, I don't really see any point in missing this one out. So, the guidebook talks about this being a vain attempt to keep your boots dry. And there's the white posts to keep you on track. I'll try and spot the next one now, see where I'm headed. So today we're walking to Middleton. Last night at the Tan Hill. I wouldn't particularly recommend staying there. Maybe I was just unlucky. But I mean, it is Bank Holiday Friday. I don't begrudge anyone any of this. The band was going on till midnight. That's fine, that's what they do. And then there were a couple of lads, probably 19, 20 max, in the tent next to me who were very drunk and talking very loudly and being sick until 2 in the morning. So I got to sleep about 2:30, woke up about 7. But you know, it's just what it is. That is the Tan Hill Inn is not a Pennine Way campsite. It is a live entertainment club. So I've had breakfast at the Tan Hill, and hopefully that'll keep me going for most of the day. Got a few snack bars to keep me going, and should be in Middleton by about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock probably. Just coming up to 2 o'clock, and found a way to Clove Lodge. Wow, superb. Right, I'm going to sit down and have a proper look round. And just coming up over Hartlepool now. Finally coming down into Middleton. Last town I'll see for a couple of days until I get to Alston on Monday evening. It's 10 to 6 in the morning, and we're leaving Daleview to head up the Tees Valley. Got to 11 and the wind has really picked up in earnest over the last sort of half an hour or so. These scrambling sections can be really tricky. You've got to really watch your footing. This bit's not as bad as the last bit, it's not as long, but this is the second and looks like the last of the rock scrambles. Right, well there's the tiniest break in the weather and sunny interval even, and so time to have a lie down sandwich. Today is a flattened harissa falafel wrap. Made it to Cauldron Snout, and that's the path. Woohoo! Long way up, but still to do. Oh, I didn't do any more filming up Cauldron Snout because the wind and rain just massively increased, and although this camera's weatherproof, it's not waterproof. And then getting to the top, I was going to film sort of looking down over it, but could hardly stand up. The wind was so strong. It's back to like it was a couple of days ago when Storm Lillian first came through. It's forecast 40-mile-an-hour winds in Middleton, and up here it's an awful lot more. Right now I'm right behind a wall, so I'm out of the wind, and I managed to get me a second sandwich, but the side actually has died down slightly, but really it's just a head down push through now. It's 10 miles down to Dufton, so app saying 4 hours, maybe more like 5. It's just gone 12, so you know, if I can be in between 4 and 5, that would be good going. And hopefully we'll get a view of a hike up Nick, but at the moment I just want to get to Dufton. Here's the mighty, majestic hike up Nick. And, yeah, we'll need to go for Google. Oh well, 1 hour 40 down to Dufton. Can't come soon enough. That section from Cauldron Snout to Maze Bay, absolutely horrific. Strongest wind, strongest rain I've had on this trip. And I was starting to get a bit edgy. I'm so glad I've got here. These, and although it's still 4 miles to go, it feels doable now. But this has been by far the toughest day walking I've had. Into the final descent down to Dufton now. This day has been one of the toughest days walking I've ever had, let alone on this trail. It's absolutely freezing. The wind has just been so intense. It's been not impossible because I'm still here and doing it, but I wouldn't have done this day if I'd known that it was going to be like this. I'd have walked to Langdon Bay and I'd have just sat there for the rest of the day. If tomorrow is forecast to be like this, then I'm not going to go across tomorrow. Because it's been too much. And as I said, at the moment I'm shivering, I'm absolutely frozen. There's only half an hour or so down into Dufton, thankfully, so I'll be fine. But yeah, tough, very tough. I'm here at Grandy's Caravan Park in Dufton, and I managed to get myself a hobbit hole. They only had the large one left, so it's cost me £40, but it's £40 well spent. So, just had a shower. Gonna get myself dry, warmed up again, and off to the pub. So really looking forward to that. I really need to recharge. It was at times a really horrible day today, but we're okay now. .30, leaving Dufton. Yesterday really got to me, and it's still lingering in my mind. I'm trying to put it out of my mind because, you know, what's done is done. So, you know, learn my lessons, and I'll make sure that forecasts like that again, I don't go out into those sort of conditions. And if I am out in those conditions, I need to layer up earlier. Those are my lessons. But despite yesterday having a few thoughts about just going home, today we push on, and it's Crossfell today, highest point of the Pennine Way, and by all accounts another really tough day. I don't think it's going to be as tough as yesterday, which means I can do it. That's not a bad shift for the morning. Quarter of the trip done today, and slightly jarringly we find ourselves on a paved road because this is the route up to the radar station. Well, having not been able to see like that bit today, I'm not able to see the radar station. Right, I said yesterday that I'd learnt my lessons, and One of them was to layer up earlier. So at just after Knock Old Man, when the wind started to pick up, I put my over trousers on, and I've also got my Patagonia Micro Puff on. I'm still not entirely sure why I didn't wear this yesterday. It's an odd one. I knew it was there, but honestly I don't think it occurred to me to put it on, even though I was freezing cold for about 4 hours, and I was getting panicky, and I was thinking things like hypothermia, and in my bag was this jacket which would have warmed me up, simple as that. And I don't know if maybe because I was in a panicky way of thinking, maybe that was what stopped me from making rational decisions. Yeah, it is an odd one, and I've definitely been reflecting on it. But I am nice and warm now, all layered up. The wind's not as bad as yesterday, and I now need to consult the map because somewhere out there is Little Dunfell and Crossfell. So I'm gonna grab myself a bit of this in the filter, because after the summit I'm going to get over to Greg's hut and make myself a coffee, which I will need 300 ml of water. Yeah. That will be my Greg's hut coffee. Coming down towards Greg's hut now, and for the first time in a long time I've got some views. So inside, quick brew up, coffee, sandwich, bit of chocolate, and on we go again for the next. So apparently, according to the guidebook, this stretch can be soul destroying, and in fact, according to an awful lot of people, if not everyone on the Pennine Way walkers group, there's a definite consensus that this is one of the lowlights of the trip. This never-ending track down from Greg's hut. I've been doing it 45 minutes now, maybe it's going to get worse. But actually, I'm just really appreciating the fact that it's firm underfoot, there's no route finding problems, and I'm able to make good time. Feeling really proud of myself this afternoon. It's been a big day up over all the hills. It was a good climb up Knock Old Man, and then the weather came in again, really strong winds again, just like yesterday, but without the rain, thankfully, or certainly without much rain. Visibility was virtually nothing, so it was a really challenging day, but I got through it today in really good spirits. How you doing? Hey. Yeah. Right then. That's going to get a load of washing on, and going to cook myself a mushroom and sausage with lager. Mushroom and sausage, casserole, peri peri rice, and a tomato and chilli sauce.